of CDEC Gaming versus CDEC Youth. We didn't bumble things too much there in Game 1, getting confused with the two teams, but we've got a draft underway. CDEC Gaming taking game number 1. We'll hop in and see what the two teams are brewing here in game number 2. It is this time CDEC, once again actually on the dire side, and no longer... actually, I believe it's the same setup. CDEC Youth with first pick, so the way it works is the loser from game 1 gets to decide picker's side, so Youth choosing to have first pick, CDEC Gaming choosing to have the dire side. They change up the bans though. So CDEC banning out Shadow Fiend and Doom. I believe it's the same two bans from game 1. This time around, there's an Ember Spirit banned out by CDEC Youth. So going to be taking that away from CDEC Gaming, who take Lina Spirit Breaker. So Shiki's Lina's one of the best out there, but also a hero that can be flexible if they feel like they need to be running it as a support and kind of counter picking the mid lane. Main situation where you may want to do that is if like something like a Templar Assassin is picked up mid, but for now, CDEC Youth have got the Quap, who Lina can match up fine against mid, if that is going to be the matchup that we end up seeing. Alternatively, we could see Queen of Pain head towards a side lane, the hero can off lane, the hero can safe lane. So one of the benefits of first picking the Queen of Pain is that it is that flexible opener as far as where and how you can lane it. So Spirit Breaker also fits kind of any draft, it seems. Yeah, it's kind of generally locked into that 4 position role or offlane 3, which again is still some flexibility at least. But the hero doesn't really fit like just one set draft or playstyle like some kind of other suit. Like if you pick like a carry like an anti-major, but you never see like an AM Spectre first 2 picked unless you're like a team like Cloud9 who has like amazing AM play, just because it sets your playstyle from your first 2 picks. You pick Lina Spirit Breaker, you can do all kinds of things. You can fit in a hard carry if you want. You can go hyper aggressive. You can go for a push strat. You can go for more of a Roche lineup. You can go physical damage. You can go for like a stun team fight heavy lineup. These 2 picks can just fit absolutely anything. And CDEC Youth pick up Lich now, so they've got that strong laning potential off laner or even a hero to help out the mid lane. And something where you see the Lich, and with Ice Armor coming into play, you're probably thinking less about a physical damage draft on the CDEC side and more about a team fight slash kind of nuke damage lineup as far as trying to burst through a lineup which does have Ice Armor. Very annoying for carries, especially melee carries, to fight into the Ice Armor if they're getting kind of kited around, slowed down, and losing their attack speed as well. For range carries, it's still annoying. You're still hitting softer and getting the Ice Armor onto you, but not quite as bad because you've got the range advantage. So bans come out now onto Brood and Darkseer, targeting some of the XZ offlaners. No Brood first 2 pick from either of the teams. A bit harder to do on the CDEC side because they have the double pick. So CDEC Youth could second pick the Brood and then ban some counters, but if CDEC themselves pick Brood, this second pick is probably not a Lich. We probably see something a bit different as far as picking up a pseudo counter. So no Brood today. Night Stalker banned out for now, and this is where you look at what CDEC Youth have. They need that kind of tanky, annoying hero to go with a Lich. An Undying type for the offlane is possible. Night Stalker would be great, but very much they do need a hero to be leading the aggressive. They need that either initiator or just tanky frontliner. Like a Night Stalker, not necessarily a traditional teamfight starter, but a hero who can just run on in and set things up for the Queen of Pain to follow up. And Clockwork banned out, so 4 offlaners banned out here in this second stage. So it's where CDEC Gaming are probably like, thank God we picked up this Spirit Breaker who can just offlane if we need him to. They're not going to be running, they're not going to be kind of put in a tough spot by not having offlane options available to them. And as for CDEC Youth, well, they've got the Lich though, so they can kind of, it kind of leaves you very open as far as options there. Also Queen of Pain, a potential offlaner. And CDEC actually goes Slardar. This is a hero which to me just suits their carry play aggressive so well. Can go to fights early, can play super high tempo, and it also, I was talking about not going for a physical damage lineup, but this is a way you can do it. You've got amplified damage to help make these heroes a lot squishier, to help counteract the Ice Armor and actually have some physical damage output. And even if you're not going like for a physical damage follow-up from the Slardar, just a great hero who can just blink initiate. We saw like what Sumail was doing during his MLG match when he was just getting crush after crush off, kiting around. And it's kind of similar in some weird ways to what you like an Ember Spirit might do, where the sprint kind of acts as your mobility spell, where you're almost constantly max movement speed. Kind of similar to how the Remnant Sleight of Fist can get you around, and then you've got the Disable to go with it, the Searing Chains, or in this case, the Slither and Crush. So Beastmaster picked up by CDEC.Y, looking to get some vision on their side. And also possibly trying to shear up their offlane, because I guess options were running low. So this is actually, well, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Beastmaster offlane. The Beastmaster lich lane is solid, but doesn't strike me as being incredible. I guess Beastmaster and one of them can kind of be stacking Ancients from time to time, secure some extra farm for yourselves. CDEC also going to pick up Dazzle. So very much playing the armor game here. Dazzle, Slardar, you've got a Spirit Breaker, and Lina as a support or a mid. Lina actually does a surprisingly decent amount of right-click damage as well, especially later on in the game when you're getting that Fiery Souls. Bonus attack speed, and then you've got a few items. You're by no means just a hero reliant on spells to get kills. I'm wondering what CDEC.Y will try and do to counteract some of these picks here. Against the Slardar initiation, I'm trying to think. If you want to run dual lanes, like Rubik's not bad. If you can lift up the Slardar and just prevent him using that sprint mobility to his advantage, you lift him up and just burst him down. But maybe some overlap with what the Beastmaster role can do, because I feel like the role may be targeted towards the Slardar this game. But the Rubik has the added benefit of being a good pick against the Spirit Breaker charge as well. There's a few decent spells to steal as well. Any of the Lina nukes. Slardar Crush is okay, although you have to get in fairly close. Spirit Breaker, Charge, Nether Strike. I guess the Nether Strike not great if you're not actually getting the Greater Bash to go with it, but for now we'll see what CDEC.Y have in mind. The Rubik Lich support Joe, though, that's one of the things where I'm like, is it really that strong? Neither hero has much damage output. It's maybe just a bit too low impact. Where something like a Lion could be a bit stronger, where you've got the disable as well as the damage output coming from the finger at level 6. But they say Witch Doctor, so they've got some strong laning presence from this hero, and then when he hits 6 as well, kind of different vein from the Lion, but similar idea. You've got some actual damage output, physical damage instead of the single target burst magic damage, but a hero that can just look to throw the cast on the Slardar whenever he's running in, potentially stop a Spirit Breaker charge as well. Although decent ways of countering the Death Ward channel, with 3 of the heroes already having stun, some of them multiple ways, like Alina with a Yule Scepter, Spirit Breaker with the 2 spells, Slardar with a Bash, so all 3 of those in theory with multiple ways to cancel off a Death Ward. We'll see what the last picks are going to be. I think CDEC.Y likely looking for a safe lane farmer, unless that's where the Queen of Pain will be. As for CDEC Classic, very hard to say how they want to pair him. The Spirit Breaker to me is the offlane. I could see something like an Undying coming out. Undying Spirit Breaker, that could be pretty crushing as far as the laning stage goes. Maybe here you want to target your last ban on if you're CDEC.Y. Not the Undying, then I'll have to see what can go with it. If it is a offlane Spirit Breaker, Winter Wyvern has some potential to come into play. They could even go for the Rubik, having null filled against a lot of the magic damage output. Heroes like Lich could be handy. And there's the Undying ban, so CDEC.Y thinking something similar to what I was as far as the lanes go. An Undying Spirit Breaker lane, pretty damn annoying to verse. And I don't really feel like Youth have the strongest lanes. They put Queen of Pain safe lane with a Witch Doctor, then yeah, that lane's looking good, but some of their other lanes may somewhat suffer. Last ban onto TA. I think recognizing that, hey, Beastmaster can offlane, Quop can safe lane, then TA is actually a counterpick to Lina. And at that point, CDEC, I mean, I keep saying CDEC can run this support Lina if they want to, if they get counterpicked. If a TA comes up, they probably just say, screw it, we're running Lina as a support, let's pick something mid like a Venno or a Viper or whatever, or Razor, whatever it may be that you want in that 1v1 matchup against TA. There are counterpicks available, but with no TA available now, they feel like that was the one hero that would have maybe switched up their lanes and how they want to play it. They secure up a mid Lina, they put the Phoenix as their support, and CDEC.Y now, even though they know the Lina is guaranteed to go mid, there's not any other obvious counterpicks to the mid Lina.
5 seconds remaining.
Got 5 seconds to decide what it's going to be. Alchemist last pick. I always look around. Who can buy an Ag Scepter? And all 4 of these with pretty decent Ags upgrades. Whoa. That was unexpected. Let's get back in. Wasn't even a voluntary DC. It was like, let's just kick you from the game. Not give you a chance here. Huh. Hopefully we can reconnect. I'm not sure exactly what that was. We can always watch from Dota 2. Okay, there we go. We're reconnecting. Got that beautiful Summit 3 loading screen with the ice theme, despite it being a summer theme. Oh, we're back on. Hi, guys. All right, we're back in. Woo! You don't want to look at my ugly mug. So, CDEC Youth, yeah, last pick on the Alchemist will be a safe lane Alchemist, it looks like. Inflame on the Queen of Pain. And that's one of the things I maybe should have seen, is that Inflame does play a lot of Queen of Pain. Looks like waiting on that last player to pick his hero. So there we go. We'll hop ourselves in now, run through the lineups, and yeah, Alchemist. So lot of good heroes to pull Ag Scepters to, although that's kind of much later on as far as the Alchemist is concerned. His first priority is always going to be his own farm, getting a few items for himself. I feel Alchemist has a terrible matchup against Slaughter. Does have the Lich to somewhat compensate for the amp damage, but it kind of works both ways, where it's like, you think you've got some armor? Well, goodbye. And Alch has such terrible stats and armor to begin with. To me, Slaughter's just one of the big counter picks to an Alchemist, and well, this is going to be, I'd say, a tough Alchemist game. He has poor stats, poor HP. You want to burst him down, and that's exactly what CDEC can do when they've got Lina as well. Lina, Slaughter, Phoenix, and Dazzle, not heroes with great burst damage, but we'll see. So we'll introduce our teams quickly. June going to be on the Beastmaster, the offlane. Aim going to be playing the farming Alchemist. Inflame on the Queen of Pain. We have Icy playing Lich, and that leaves Demons on Witch Doctor. On the dire side, CDEC, your classic squad. Aggressive playing Slaughter. Q on Dazzle. Garda playing the support Spirit Breaker. Phoenix in the offlane for XZ, so it's not a support Phoenix, as I maybe thought it would be. And Shiki on Lina. Both teams going for the top bounty rune. This bottom rune is free as for XZ. It's a 4v5, though. Double Quillbore already at the ready. They want to make sure this Alchemist doesn't get it. They charge forward. Can they stop it? Don't want to let that Greevil's Greed come out. It gets picked up by the Spirit Breaker. Meanwhile, a 3-hero crush from Aggressive. Once the first blood will not get it. The last right click. June, 2 HP! Oh, I'm sure that Stout Shield probably just saved his life. Inflame, meanwhile, does not have a blink escape. Garda's got no mana for a charge, but he's got an Orb of Venom. Inflame trying to juke. Don't think he's going to have it. Q says, thanks for the kill, mate. Easy. And Alch even leveled up the Greevil's Greed. Did not get the bounty rune. Makes life a little bit trickier for him. And Phoenix and bottom is just like, sweet, this is the easiest lane of my life. They trade 1 for 1. They deny a bounty rune to the Alchemist. Yes, First Blood went the way of CDEC Youth. No, it was not worth it. It will be Inflame in the offlane. It looks like they do want Alchemist to be the mid laner here. Inflame, oh my gosh, he just gets taken out. No blink, having level 1 Shadow Strike, no escape. Lich is just like, dude, what do? I've got Sacrifice. And that's just where CDEC Youth do not have a level 1 fighting line. They've got Alchemist and Lich, who neither of them wants to get their fighting spell. You don't want to go for the stun. You don't want to go for the Nova. The Frost Blast, I guess, as we're calling it here in non-Warcraft 3 Dota. And that makes things very difficult for that level 1 fight. I think they were fortunate to get they get the first blood because they had the high ground advantage. And the Beastmaster was able to get back to the high ground. Also, the Beastmaster was the tankiest hero to go on. He was in the front lines. He was kind of the only option to engage on, but with Stout Shield and lots of regen, even the Mango, he was very tanky. Aims at mid. Just going to get charged up by Garda, who has now got boots. Big thing for CDEC here will be trying to prevent Alchemist from getting any bounty runes. Looks like Garda going to try to secure the bottom rune. Top rune going to be contested by Q, as well as Shiki. And Aim right now will be looking for that bottle refill. Looks like he's not going to get either rune, though, with the supports already there, ready to secure it. Q takes the illusion, bounty taken by Spirit Breaker. So good rune control. Step 1 to versing an Alchemist. Control the runes. I believe Inflame, yeah, he should be level 2. Does have Blink Strike now available. It will be a Beastmaster safe lane against the Phoenix. Phoenix not the best 1v1 hero for most matchups. He used to be the king of 1v1s when his spells did absurd amounts of damage, but one of his spells took some heavy nerfs, and you just don't have the same kill potential at early levels that you once did. Not to mention, your base damage is pretty lackluster as a Phoenix. But for now, he's got some help. Garda down bottom as well. Not to mention he had the lane to himself initially, with Beastmaster having to suicide and then TP down here. Should be a Lich, Queen of Pain offlane, Alchemist in mid, who is CSing well so far, but has to be careful against the Lina. Bottle crowing, it looks like, just to keep himself in this lane. Keep himself healthy. Shiki about to hit 18 CS, Aim Sing on 12. Kind of what you'd expect out of this 1v1 matchup for now. Shiki gonna see a charge come towards his lane onto AIM. Will he go for a stun? If he goes in for this last hit, he could be in trouble here. It looks like AIM gonna get hit by this one. They do decide to commit to the Dragon Slave from behind. The Lich as well as the tower gonna bring down Shiki. They get the Alchemist kill. Lich, I was about to say, gets huge money and XP out of that. He gets a solo kill, 750 gold. Well, 400 gold for the kill. And suddenly he's level 4.5. So Lich is like, sweet, I'm rich. But poor Alchemist taken out. I'd say slightly worth it for CDEC, the Dire side. Not a massive win for them because they lose their Lina. But Alchemist getting nothing out of it. But it does slow... Like, ultimately, the Alchemist is getting bullied in the lane. So it just means Lina not snowballing is going to be good. Because that's going to stop the Lina snowball to some extent. AIM, though, continuing to get just chased around. And that was not the rune you want to go for. He was really hoping for a bounty rune. Didn't get it. Well, didn't get the rune at all. Even if it was a bounty, it wasn't going to go his way. And he feeds another kill. This Alch pick is getting punished. And this is before the Slatter even comes into play. I was talking about how Slatter is a good hero against the Alch. And well, we'll see now the Slatter in action at top. There's going to be a charge, a crush to follow. They need the body block. They don't even get the 17%. Crush onto the TPing in Demon's Witch Doctor. He gets blown up by the hill. Oh, Q could not get the Grave off on time, unfortunately, onto the Spirit Breaker. He didn't have a TP, so I think even with a Grave, he would not have made it out of there. But could have forced CDEC.Y to chase further and even go for a deny on the poison damage. Maybe actually live too, depending on when the poison expires and if you have another Shadow Wave heal. Either way, good start to the Dire side CDEC here in game number 2 after a 1-0 lead. Another charge coming out on mid. AIM. Just got to show respect to this. This Radiant Ward will spot it out. And there's a smoked up Lich on the high ground here. Looks like they are making a play into Shiki with 3 heroes. Demons on the Witch Doctor here as well. Here comes the smoke. And Garda going to cancel the charge. And well, he saw the Witch Doctor there as well. This sentry. Not in range, it looks like. If you go for the bird's eye view, looks like it is not going to actually spot it out. And meanwhile, this Observer Ward taken out. So CDEC.Y lose some of their high ground vision. And this ward about to expire. So they lose their more important ward, which is on the Dire side of the river. This one, which only scouts out a little bit, is going to expire soon. So another Dire ward planted, but this is in Sentry range. So we'll be de-warded with ease. Radiant Sentry and Observer Ward there to scout it out. And yeah, Demons will just swoop on in, take it out. We'll see Bounty Rune denied from the Alchemist once more. Still searching for that elusive bounty. And he's just not getting it. Garda, let's say that was a questionable charge if he was going to commit for that one. Inflame on Queen of Pain is really struggling to find much out of this offlane. Shiki just posturing on the higher ground. Doesn't mind taking a bit of acid damage. Knows with the Laguna Blade he can kill a lot here, but he gets hit by a Nova. There's going to be a stun to follow this up. Shiki gets too big for his britches. He gets taken out. It was a Beastmaster kill coming out at bottom from the Phoenix Supernova. First Supernova of the game. Not caught, but does catch the Beastmaster. Lina, though, that's a bit of over-aggression there. And AIM, very smart choice going for that value point in the stun. Allowing them to get another kill on Lina. And Lich is suddenly like, I'm actually filthy rich. Has a buckler at 7 minutes in as a Lich. We're going to play the armor game with a Slatter. We'll play the armor game right back. Bottom lane Garda in a good position to go for a dive here. Demons may just go down to a Fire Spirits dive. It's level 4 Fire Spirits as well. There's the charge. Fire Spirits with a dive, and they'll go past the tower here. The tower only now starts hitting the Spirit Breaker. It's already way too late. No TPs coming in. And already we're going to see an XE Midas. 7.5 minutes in. He's got the money for it. That's actually ridiculous. This Phoenix farm is starting to get out of control. Hits level 8 as well. We'll be flying that one out momentarily. It's heroes you just don't expect to see farm on that are getting it right now. The Lich, the Phoenix. Phoenix top net worth, 8 minutes in. Oh, trying to block the Alchemist. Gets a haste rune. Not the rune you want. It's very rare you say a mid laner does not want a haste rune, but this is definitely the case where that applies. Garda manages to not get caught out by a Chain Frost bounce, mostly thanks to Q. on the Dazzle, getting away from it, but they still get the kill. Have to commit a Sonic Wave, so Sonic Wave and Chain Frost for a support Spirit Breaker who was starting to get out of control. Wasn't on a streak, even though he was 4-1. A nice kill, but a kill they have to commit a lot of spells to get. Slardar now just gonna threaten Queen of Pain, force a blink back. I think he was just trying to pick up a TP or something there, but we'll just have to get back to base and heal up and come back to this lane. I don't imagine we see Queen of Pain going for any more rotations soon. With the Sonic Wave on cooldown, probably just want to head back towards the offlane, get a bit more farm, finish up your treads, then wait for that next Sonic Wave before you make a big move. June's rushing a Necrobook, it looks like, has died twice already. It's going to be a third time in a second, it looks like. Dive, Fire Spirits, ulti. This is a TP into a Sonic Supernova, and Inflame will get stunned up. Not sure this will end well for him. He tries... Oh, he does blink out. He blinks into the trees. Spirit Breaker denied. Initially tried to earn himself, but the poison damage was going to be there, I believe. I see. Got to be careful, but it's a 2-hero cast. That's big. Unfortunately, where's the Chain Frost? That's where that Chain Frost cooldown really matters. But here comes the Alchemist from behind. Shiki on the receiving end. So got to be careful. This Laguna Blade. Shiki graved up. Should get the 1 kill on the Demons. No real escape for him. He can't go for the TP out. We'll just hit a 2-hero stun. They lose Lina after the Spirit Breaker deny, but they get the extra follow-up kills onto the Lich as well as the Witch Doctor. Now Garda TPing in. Inflame. Level 1 Blink means no escape for 8 seconds. There's a Nether Strike as well. And Inflame could be in some trouble. The Shadow Wave heal, not quite enough. The earn damage ticking low. Not going to get another earn off. The Fire Spirits are there. Could go for a dive on this. They're pinging out underneath the tower. Looks like XE may just go for this one. Hits him. Fire Spirit. Yeah, he got both. Nicely played. XE is absolutely massive now. Hits level 10 off of that with the Midas. 10 minutes in, level 10. 5.4k net worth. That was a solo kill on the Queen of Pain for 400 gold. Not often you see a Phoenix do as much as what we're seeing here. I wonder what this Sage's Mask is. Do you even rush an Orchid? Like, there's legitimate reasons to rush an Orchid. Normally you see like a Yule Scepter to try to get out of stuff like a Queen of Pain Orchid, but this is an offlane Queen of Pain with no farm. Casual Sage's Mask is also fine. This is a hero that does have mana problems if you're using Fire Spirits, so you want to have the mana regen. So it may just be the casual Sage Mask, but I don't really feel like a Yule's Rush is amazing this game by any means. It's always a nifty utility item, but it doesn't feel like it's going to have a massive impact on this game. A fast Shivers could be pretty crazy. And at 12 minutes in, if you can pick up a Dagon, Dagon's actually legitimately insane on this hero. Combine that damage out, like a max dive Fire Spirits with a Dagon damage is absurd. And that's how you bring down Alchemist. It's all about burst damage. So I feel like Dagon's actually a good pickup here. I don't think he's going to get it just because it's not like a conventional item pickup, but I'm not even sure if it's the best item, but I feel like it's a very legitimate option here for Phoenix to go for. CXC, fine with the jungle. Fairly low on HP. Needs to be a bit careful because Radiant Vision does spot him out here. May try and catch him by surprise. Queen of Pain could go in for like a Sonic Wave from the tree line. XC just gonna, Midas this one and TP himself home. So I wanted just to use the Midas before going home, back to base. So as far as his items goes, looks like he'll go for the fast mech for the team, so. Having a mech at this stage, very, very good. He does have big mana problems though, and that's where, and the Sage's Mask helps a little bit, but Supernova plus mech is like what, 425. Then you've got 1 Fire Spirits. You can't use the Sunray at all if you want to use Fire Spirits plus Supernova plus mech. And the other big problem is you can't really use Fire Spirits to farm and push lanes because otherwise you just create the mana problem for yourself. And often as a Phoenix you do want to push out lanes or just harass with Fire Spirits. If there's no fight about to happen, you can do so because you've got some mana regen, but you have to play a bit carefully around this. So maybe we'll see like a Yule Scepter now just as a mana item for the Phoenix. With the mech, but I do feel like you need something to go with this to boost up your mana pool. A Necrobook is actually not bad. I've seen the Necrobook Phoenix every now and then. Just having extra summons and units to fight around your egg with. And they're going to go in here. They need to hit the Raw on the Phoenix before the Supernova. And Shiki He gets gone on. We could see a turnaround here, although I'm not sure the Phoenix can save his life. Looks like one smoke on the Inflame Quap was popped, but the rest were not. And Phoenix will scout them out here. Will he get roared up? That's going to be the big question here. June does not throw it. He's looking for the Lina. Any backup here? It looks like the Phoenix is looking to run Shiki Sake. Let's just get the hell out of here. Witch Doctor has a cast, but the Haste Rune should be enough. Unstable Concoction. Level 3, actually. That's been leveled up. And they will have the damage to bring him down. Mech was even used to try and keep him alive a bit longer. That's where you can already see Phoenix using Fire Spirits as well. He is mana starved. Blink, though, comes out. Aggressive's timing is here. They've caught out aim on the Alchemist and brought him down. Not sure if they can get this tier 1 tower right now. They don't have the Fire Spirits plus Supernova mana. And we'll have a Blink Crush, though, so they may feel like they can take the fight without having Supernova and just use the Dive Fire Spirits. Or even a Dive Supernova could be one way of playing this one. And yeah, Phoenix is still pushing this out. Uses the Fire Spirits very liberally. We talked about his mana problems, but a lot of the time you do just want to push out lanes. There is a Lina TPing back, so we could see some bottle charges. Oh, no, he doesn't want to get bottled. Come on, dude. Gotta get that mana back up. But his team pushing now at the top lane. It looks like they don't even need the Phoenix to really take part. Dazzle has the completed medallion, and CDEC Gaming I've got a strong foothold here on this game number 2. Just 15 minutes in, but really feels like this Alchemist is not going to be that scary. Or he's not even going to go for the Radiance, I imagine, at this rate. Picks up a medallion. Treads. He's deciding to max out the stun. We may see something like a Blink Dagger or a Shadow Blade pickup. More likely the Blink Dagger since you are versing the Slaughter. And Phoenix now takes the mid-tier 1 tower, so Phoenix item progression will continue. He's about to reach level 12. And June only now has the money to complete a Necro 1. And this was a safe lane Beastmaster, not really in the carry role in the classic sense, but he did kind of have a pseudo 1v1 against the Phoenix. There was some intervention from the Spirit Breaker, among others. Aim, gonna throw a stun, cancel the charge. Garda now goes for another strike, gets cancelled by Aurora. Aggressive now comes in from the higher ground, and this is going to be a nice Supernova if they can hit this stun, which doesn't look like they can. They've lost 2 on the sides to the Inflame Ultimate, and Shiki could be in some trouble here. Gets 1, but will go down to the Queen of Pain. Lina gets a double kill. In comes Aggressive with a Blink Crush, but fighting against the Ice Armor proving to be fairly difficult for him. Next see now Fire Spirits. Going to be important here. Dazzle actually buys back for this. Not sure about that one. Icy getting low here. Does not have the mech heal. He's going down. He's burning, and he's gone. Aggressive. Another stun coming out soon. Hits out onto aim. No Chemical Rage. Doesn't have the regen here from the ultimate. Gets graved up. No TP out, though. Be careful. Gets mech'd up to heal him for some, but the cast now going to cause some problems. Aggressive and Q. Caught in a terrible position, and this has just been a huge overextension coming out from the dire CDEC squad. Garda's got an ultimate as well as a Shadow Amulet he may just want to go into here. No detection for the Amulet. He's got plenty of HP as well as a full 1 charge to try and use for his escape. He goes down. Didn't even try and make a Shadow. I feel like he could just Shadow Amulet and wait for the charge to cool down there. No Radiant detection. Very surprised to see him not try and use the Amulet. That was on his hero. He's just trying to repel the youth squad push now with what they've got going. This is actually, suddenly Alchemist is like, sweet, I actually can go for Radiance. I've got 4k gold. All it took was a few 1-team fights and we're in business. Looks like the courier will head to the shop and it will be just a much later Radiance. We've seen these like 11, 12-minute Radiances as the norm for Alchemist, but with a different build, it will be a different time. You can see Slaughter having problems in these fights, hit these crushes. He's getting kited around a lot of slows, the Nova, the Ice Armor, the Quillbores. It feels like it actually is a 4-staff game for Slaughter. I think he needs a 4-staff. He doesn't have to do, like, he's not going to do damage if he can't get crushes off and he can't right-click. And the only way he can do that is with a 4-staff. Very much good at, and then you can also use it to help out someone like Lina, who's very important to keep alive in a fight, so very much feel like 4-staff is, without a doubt, the best item pickup here for a Slaughter. BKB will also be nice at some point, but the BKB, getting a BKB too early, it's just going to get down to 5 seconds, and Force Staff just offers you so much here. Garda charging in, we'll cancel. I have spotted out the Relic now on the Alchemist and realized, like, okay, the Alchemist is going for this farm mode. He's not just... They see earlier maybe saw him medallion and thought, oh, okay, we don't have to pressure as much. But now with the Relic scouted, the Radiance build coming into play, CDEC will probably not be looking to just sit back and trade farm. It's going to be a losing battle for them. What's XE's next big item pickup going to be? Shiver's definitely nice, but will be a Yule Scepter. Shivers doesn't necessarily solve their problem of... there's not that much right-click damage coming out. Alchemist is not going to be looking to fight once he has the Radiance. He'll be playing more of the farm game. Now Garda trying to farm up, complete that Shadowblade himself. Q at mid. Just a medallion still did help him get that nice wall-time Roche. Maxi just saying, anybody there? Didn't find anything with the Sunray, and we'll make his next move. Blink Crush on the aim. He is completely alone. Laguna Blade. Secure the kill. Not overkill by any means. You're always worried about any rotations coming in. You've got to burst him down before he starts healing by a Chemical Rage. Did buy the Radiance, so doesn't actually lose any money, I believe. I think the teamfight recap shows he does, but I imagine he actually spent all his money and did not lose what the recap is showing. Aggressive Blink. He gets silenced immediately. Needs a mech or something, and it's not there. They're just feeding away one kill, the second being an Aegis. Could look to chase down. It looks like that's exactly what Aggressive wants to do. Gets the Crush out, TP. Aggressive will not need to cancel the TP. They've got the Yule Scepter for that one, and they will get June here. Beastmaster caught out. Can they get anything else? TP out from Demons. Queen of Pain in the trees. Doesn't have a TP yet. It's the mid lane, though, where Shiki killed the Lich on the high ground and is now actually damaging the tier 3 tower. Gets it down to about half HP. That was interesting, a little bit of play there. It looked really bad for CDEC. They dived in, gave away a kill and an Aegis for almost nothing in return. Now Shiki, uh-oh. Is he going to go? Not going to use the Yules just yet. Well, Blink coming out from Queen of Pain. He goes down, didn't even use the Yules, so bit of an odd bit of play there coming out from the Lina. I feel like he could have easily just retreated back the normal way through the mid lane. See, I have to be careful not to overstay in this Radiant jungle. They have got good vision around them, but I imagine that CDEC Youth will be using that Hawk to try and scout them out whenever possible. Aggressive now, 2.3k gold. We're not seeing quite yet what he wants to build up to. He has got the money for the Force Staff I mentioned if he wants to pick that up now, but not spending this, suggesting that something else may be on his mind. If it's a BKB, you'd normally expect to see an Ogre Club pick up. So BKB, to me, the other item that stands out as being a potential pickup here. And there we go. Will be an Ogre Club. So we'll see the BKB build. Unless you, SMY doesn't seem like a slaughter item. It can be this game because there's a lot of slows that are annoying to deal with. And then the movement speed from the Yasha can somewhat help fight them. Oh dear. They've caught out aim. They're going to go in. Dive? I don't know if he hit the dive. He did hit the Fire Spirits. Can they actually bring him down with the Dragon Slave? Yes, they can. They've got a Supernova here as well. XZ. Going to get roared up here. Sonic Wave to follow. The Grave is there. He should get the Supernova off, but he's been mana burned. He needs mana, and it doesn't look like he's going to get the chance to do so. Goes down to the Chain Frost, which is still bouncing. Takes out Slaughter as well. Triple kill for Lich. Oh, boy. Make it 4 for the Youth Squad, and about to be a 5th. The Grave TP actually will succeed, so should be able to survive the poison damage. Not going to be able to DPS past the Fountain regen. What looked like a free Alchemist kill ended up not being so easy. Not hitting the dive may have made that a bit harder because he had to commit a bit more. He hit just the Fire Spirits. The dive did the circle around him, but just couldn't bring him down. If Lina also needed to be there instantly for the Laguna, so they could just get the kill, then reposition. They were out of position was the big thing here, and CDEC Youth get a good jump on them. CDEC.Y winning all these fights. The farm very much focused on the Phoenix. Maybe something that's costing them now. And Slider, whoa, I was about to say aggressive. Is this too aggressive? Fighting 1v4? Possibly. Onto a 4, though, who aren't in the best fighting shape. Charge comes out, catches Quap. That's a solo kill. Ending a dominating streak with the Shadow Blade pickup. Big bounty gets picked up by Spirit Breaker. Shiki's Lina this game, less than impressive. And I say that quite willingly because this guy's Lina is normally insane. And his play this game has been questionable at a lot of times. Just when he pushed down the mid, like, he got a fine solo kill, did some damage to tier 3, and then just walks, like, into the Queen of Pain towards his tier 2 bottom tower, gives up a free kill, and just hasn't done anywhere near as what you normally see him do on this Lina. It's been a struggle for him. Oh boy, he's just lich farmed all of a sudden. 2k gold with mech. I imagine Phoenix with a mech, I imagine you want to upgrade that to the Guardian Greaves. I guess you've got the Yules to get out of the Orchid, but the problem with Yules on yourself is you have to wait the drop time. You have to wait the 2.5 seconds before you can pop the Supernova. If you Guardian Greaves, you can immediately cast spells, throw your Fire Spirits, dive, and Supernova. Yules has that 2.5 second delay. Garda now. I don't think he's going to get a chance to Shadow Blade out of this one. No, he got Mana Burn too damn fast. Good micro from June. Gets off all the... Make sure he gets off the Mana Burn, and Spirit Breaker had no escape there. Can't Shadow Blade away anyways against the Necro. Necro 3. June will just all of a sudden with items after a bad laning stage. I mean, he's not ridiculously farmed by any means. It was a Necro 3 rush. It's just the CDEC.Y team fight that's been far superior. The execution's been a lot better. Stuff like Cask, Chain Frost just doing massive amounts of damage. Aggressive. Uh-oh. It's just the Blink Crush, but won't see any kind of a roar come out just yet. It is still on cooldown, and that's where I think he felt very confident taking a stab at that. Oh, it's Queen of Pain. Pick up a Blink of her own. Inflame. Level 15. 6, 4, and 10, and get a strong start to this game. Curious to see what Lich has in mind with this. Actually, okay, so it's going to be an Ag set. I was like, Ogre Club, huh? Ag's Lich is happening. Halfway there. And with his Chain Frost that we've been seeing, wouldn't be surprised to see him get even closer. Oh, this is a fresh gem from the Dazzle. They would love to catch Dazzle out. Quap even blinks forward, blind, aggressively, just hoping to see and catch Dazzle. One more blink, but he's going right into the Lion's Den here. Garda. Shadow Blade up. We'll see some of these heroes. They're going on June. Get the Blink Crush. June now going to be the target here. Nice Supernova. The Chain Frost bouncing around from creeps to heroes. They can't really bring down the Supernova. Inflame in the middle will get stunned up during his BKB from this. Dive forward Fire Spirits. That physical damage onto the Phoenix. Really just crushing him right now. Still alive for now. Throws a few more Fire Spirits. I think accepting his fate. Trying to Sunray up. Not going to happen. Phoenix for Beastmaster. What? Phoenix dies to a neutral. What a weird fight. A 1-for-1. And CDEC.Y don't even get a kill. CDEC themselves only get a Beastmaster. What looked like everything coming together for, well, especially the Dire side. They were the ones having the jump. The big thing there was Queen of Pain did have the BKB, so she was not as vulnerable in the front lines. And AIM just playing things safe, sitting back. Radiant's Ultimate Orb will have the Manta style fairly soon for his farming build. Don't imagine we'll be seeing him pulling any Ag Scepters anytime soon, considering the fact that he is behind like this. Earliest possible is after the Manta, but I think he gets 1, maybe even 2 more items after that. Something like an Octarine Core or AC, whatever it may be. CDEC.Y into the Roach Pit once more. Ag Scepter now complete for Shiki's Lina. Looks like they are keen on grabbing themselves another Aegis, probably the Slaughter, or actually Lina drops a TP. I was about to say, Lina, pretty good Aegis hero as well here, and with Aggressive having a BKB, it looks like they decide Shiki's the more vulnerable of the two, and is the precious one as far as what he can do in terms of damage output. An Ancient Stack will now be found by them, and CDEC.Y with an Aegis on the dire side, half of them to take a fight unless they can get a pick off. The Hawk, the Beastmaster, is going to be the hero that looks to do just that. Play the vision game, find the catch, and go from there. Even someone like a Slaughter, if you get him with a roar, you've got plenty of damage to kill him during that. Beastmaster alone, almost close to having enough damage to do so. Charge onto Alchemist. There's 5 heroes up here. This could get ugly soon for one of the two teams. Got it, Shadow Bladed up. There's going to be a Sentry Ward to see this coming, but can they even cancel? It doesn't look like it. Just the Acid gets dropped, and we'll see the follow-up. Nope, no Nether Strike coming out just yet. Shiver's Guard comes from XZ. Supernova in the middle of things. They can't really focus this down. The Death Ward canceled. Shiki blows up the Witch Doctor. Takes out another. The Beastmaster dead as well. The right-click shotgun Lina with a triple kill. He's just right-clicking people down with the amp damage. Aggressive isn't the carry, it's Shiki, and he's not doing it with spells. He's just doing it with pure right-clicks. 4 for 1, only Spirit Breaker dead. Shiki just hitting damn hard. 150-ish right-click damage, amplified by the Slaughter. And that Lina just wrecked CDEC.Y. That's just where, like, the Beastmaster has a lot of solo kill potential, a lot of kill potential, but he has no defensive capabilities. He's not tanky at all. Has minimal items, and Flame. Blink Crush there, but luckily for him, there wasn't great follow-up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A few more right clicks on this mid tier 3 tower, but it looks like the top tier 2 is what they really have their eye on right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And CDEC.Y nearby could be deciding if they want to make a play on this one, but Shiki still has an Aegis. Doesn't have the mana to use an ultimate easily. Gets it now, but doesn't have the full combo. And tier 2 already dead, so I don't think we'll see a fight happen just yet. Alchemist will respawn, so CDEC.Y could try and catch someone on the retreat, but with Inflame actually blinking forward, it's looking more and more likely. They see this with a ward, though. Can they catch him? Yule Scepter could just force out a BKB. Shiki not going to actually use this. I guess it was waiting for the crush. No, that's what I was waiting for, the Spirit Breaker. And Inflame has been sniped. Roar onto Shiki, but he doesn't mind this. He's got the Aegis for a reason. They'll let it pop. Now they could have looked to re-engage. Aggressive has a Blink Crush in a couple of seconds. Could go for this one. Goes on 2. Gets it with the BKB. Shiki will turn and fight as well. Shiki just trying to right-click through some of these heroes. Needs to be careful. He's getting low here. And Inflame's brought back. The Queen of Pain comes back alive. Looking to fight once more. Supernova in a decent position here. But problem is, there's just no one to back it up. Aggressive. The lone man standing. And it looks like the Phoenix will just dive TP out of there. No cancel onto the XETP and guard. Well, that's a no Q with the gem. Oh, that was close. The cask will fly across the map, chase him down. That big purple coconut. I've lost it. It's flown off the map. Oh, there we go. Bonk. Q gets caught, but not the way that CDEC.Y were hoping for, to take the gem away. Not the best fight for CDEC.Y, despite what the numbers may say. This does not show the Queen of Pain buyback. A 2 for 2 with a buyback use on the CDEC.Y side. So take away 1,000 gold from this and you're looking at the more realistic trade that happened there. They did get the Lina Aegis plus a kill, so that was a pretty big pickup. Lina also, I guess Aegis had about a minute left on it, but still nice. Does still feel like CDEC.Y need more than that, and we only see, yeah, a tiny little spike as far as the gold graph is concerned. Not really progressing too much out of that fight as well because of the buyback. Aim himself on the Alchemist. Radiance, Manta. As far as Ags he can pull. The Queen of Pain, fantastic. Lich, just going to build his own. And I believe, what, 1 component, 2 components? Whoa, Lich is actually not progressed at all. Has had this point booster Ogre Club for quite some time. And yeah, let me just take another peek. Nothing else at the base. Lich will not be pulled on. Witch Doctor looks to be building his own as well. And this just allows AIM to go for his own items. If you can farm it as a support, you just do just that. Beastmaster Ags, to me, not the like, it's good. It's a lower cooldown, as well as the cast range goes up. So 45 seconds instead of 70. It's definitely worth doing. But the Inflame Ags is probably going to take priority on the Queen of Pain for the damage as well as the cooldown being more important. They are now rotating through the enemy jungle, looking to de-ward as well as catch someone like a Spirit Breaker, Invis, or I mean anyone really. Like a Lean is even a nice little catch if you can find. Lena with a plate mail. Maybe even be considering a second Shivers this game. Not the most cost-effective thing you can do. Not the Necro book. Aggressive says, I'll take that. I don't mind the damage. May get both. It's good money. 400 gold. Easy. He's going for the AC, so I will either see a casual plate mail or a double Shivers, but while the auras don't stack, you can get the double nuke cast. And the hero who needs the armor. So if he wants to just get maximum value out of the slot, eventually you will want to upgrade it from the plate mail. Other options is something like a Lotus Orb, but I don't think what Lotus Orb. You can get out of the Orchid. Other than that, not crazy. As far as spells you can reflect. Whoa, hold on a second. You can reflect the damn Raw. That'd be a nice thing to be able to reflect. Smoke gank success. CDEC.Y catch out Lena. Lena's probably doing what I'm doing. Like, what item can I buy? Is this good? Is this worth getting? And suddenly it's like, oh, whoops, I just got jumped. Surprise. So Slaughter's AC close to completion now. Just about 500 gold off. And CDEC.Y going to go for the Heart of Tarrasque next on Alchemist. Saying he needs just some raw HP. Against the Lena, absolutely. Often you see the Octarine as the alternative to the Heart of Tarrasque. That's been the more trendy item lately because of the Naga Siren type play you can do. BKB, Blink Initiation, they buy back on the Lena, they go in on June, they're trying to take the... Well, there was no Raw in the picture. Maybe they weren't quite aware of that one. Phoenix in the front lines, can't Supernova just yet. Likely to do so soon. Has a Yules to cancel this TP. They've traded Dazzle for Beastmaster so far. Has cost them a Lena buyback. It looks like they'll get one more in the Witch Doctor. That cast, bouncing between two. Elsewhere, they bring down Alchemist. And there's no TP for Demons. They know it. They'll scout him out with the... Oh, no, yeah, that's it. They scouted him, yeah. Forced up to the low ground. Hello. Lena. He's there. Shiki. Phase Boots. Phase Boots. Catch him. Yules in 8. They get a charge in. Unless he hits a insane 2-hero cast here. This is going to be another pick off here. They're going to be careful with the Lich. Skada gets vision. He will be looking for another charge, but TP out. So a 3 for 2 with the Lena buyback. Teamfight recap. Not really showing what we wanted to show. Lena, how much was that buyback? That was a good 1,200 gold spent, and any of the kills he got, like the kill on the Alchemist, was likely affected by the buyback penalty. Kind of like a null trade in the end, I feel. It does stop the CDEC.Y push. So if you don't do that play there, they get this free tier 2 tower, uncontested. So they really wanted to just slow down the CDEC.Y momentum. So I think overall, it's what CDEC Gaming wanted out of that fight. Ideally, they would have had a more one-sided fight, but for them, it was to stop the momentum of Youth, prevent some of their item progression. They get a kill on the Alchemist, who's just starving for items right now. And Lena is still, like, you've got Ags Yules, you've got Plate Mail and 3,000 gold. You're not exactly suffering as a Lena. You're on, I mean, you're behind the Alchemist, but it's Alchemist who always needs to be an item or two ahead to fight. Especially when you're versing a Lena Slaughter draft. Well, the AC for Slaughter about to be picked up now. Aggressive. Good to go in 15 gold. Bringing out the mid lane. That was an aggressive blink forward. The charge is there as well. Blink. Amp. No crush just yet. Aggressive gets off the BKB, which means he's not being mana burned just yet. Garda in the front lines manages to avoid any Chain Frost bounces, but the Meg not going to save his life. Sonic Wave kill secured. It was a long 2-minute plus cooldown that gets used to make that happen. He's going to be careful. He's the gem carry here. He's just going to throw Shivers and blink forward. Inflame gets aggressive, but there's the combo from Lena. Inflame will survive the mech kill. Not going to be enough with aggressive TPing in, and looks like on the backline's Q, the target of the Necro Warriors as well as the Demons. Witch Doctor, Supernova, initially getting focused. Then they change their mind. The charge from Garda will help protect it as well, and it's a great bit of play. They bring down 1, 2. It's about to be 3 if Icy's got no escape, and it doesn't look like he's got one. Lich brought down. The Alchemist stranded. Absolutely fantastic Supernova. Baited in. 2 gems on the ground now. That Supernova was just something else. And the Spirit Breaker hitting that charge. Initially, Alchemist was like, yeah, let's get it. Lich was helping out as well. And then Beastmaster's like, yeah, I'll help too. But Alchemist stopped hitting it. He was like, for a second, he thought, okay, we're not killing it. Let's go find a new target or just back out of the stun range. But Beastmaster, I think he even blinked forward to try and hit the egg. He was suddenly in there as well, and they just got baited in by the egg. They were never going to kill it because of the Spirit Breaker charge, and well, CDEC Youth find their high ground being overrun by CDEC heroes and creeps. Mid lane of Rax guaranteed to fall. Question is if they can get more. The AC adds a bit of oomph to this push, but a lot of heroes respawning soon. They won't even go for the full lane. They want to just leave the range Rax for later. Deciding it's a wee bit too risky with the heroes respawning, and just also, more importantly, Roche back up. So this just gives them time to get Roche. Queen of Pain and Alchemist not even alive yet, so there's no time for CDEC Youth to make it to Roche. God, yeah, there's no time. Look at this. A sub 10-second Roshan. What, like 7 or 8 seconds to kill the big bad boy. And Lina now picked up a BKB, so casual plate mail with the BKB for now. It's very much been the move we've seen Lina's make lately, going much more for like tanky item builds so you can be more of a fighting carry, not just be reliant on your spells. You can right-click a lot in the fight with a BKB. Shivers has been a common pickup, but I'm not sure if you have to see a Shivers this game. Holy moly, XZ continues to do it. He is still the top net worth here on the Dire side, and he is 1 gold behind the Alchemist. Pop your Midas. You can beat the Alchemist. I believe in you. As I say that, Aim's probably about to just suddenly farm up 500 gold from like some Greevil's Greed camps. There we go. Phoenix, #1 net worth hero at 40 minutes in. Not your everyday Phoenix. XZ is huge. Double Supernova, potentially in the team fight. Giving them a lot of power here. And suddenly he picked up this AC just like a minute or two ago. Almost has a completed Lincoln Sphere. Gives him an option as far as dodging the Roar. Ways to cancel this. You've got Shadow Strike. You can even use the Orchid just to pop it if you want to. Beastmaster himself can't really pop it, I mean, outside of the Necro Mana Burn, but at that point, I mean, that's really stretching things, let's just say. So we'll see that AC picked up in just, the Lincoln's picked up in a second. No point saving for buyback here. You've got Aegis for one thing, and it's just a big item pickup, and you don't feel like you're in that much danger of losing a fight, and even if you die yourself, your team's likely to win the fight, and there's no real threat to your base. Charge from Spirit Breaker going to be cancelled here. And XZ continues to find more gold on the map. And CDEC Youth are just going to become high ground defenders soon, it feels like. And if you're just kind of constantly having to defend high ground, Quap will want this Ags. I say that. Quap will also not want to get jumped out. Inflame does not have buyback. He's brought down June, cancels the Roar in the end. Oh dear. No Quap. No easy way to defend this. They may just have to throw bodies at the CDEC side. Alchemist does have buyback. Beastmaster no. Lich no. Witch Doctor no. Just the one buyback. Guaranteed range Rax. They'll have to mount their defense on a side lane. If you're CDEC here, you're thinking, Quap's in the side lane. What can they really do? Alchemist is just not a good fighting hero here. You've got to refresh a Phoenix, for Christ's sake. And they can protect the egg so well. They've got multiple AoE stuns, 3 AoE stuns. Good luck taking out this egg. He's just going to go forward and use it. I don't think you want to right-click this egg. If you try and right-click this egg, you're going down. You're setting up Shiki for an LSA. They roar up XZ. They want to stop the refresh here. Not sure how much luck they're going to have. He uses himself up in the air. He looks for the refresh. Mech Shivers. Not going to even use the Shivers. Just a few too many buttons to push sometimes. And we'll see Lina get the Laguna kill. Second Supernova comes out. This may just be GG. Quap is respawning soon. Aggressive. The Chain Frost. This is going to keep bouncing. This is an Accept. You've got to get away. Stop the bounces. For Christ's sake. Stop the bounces. They lose the Aegis on the slider. Alcohol buyback. Quap about to respawn. Buyback just from the one. Queen of Pain now respawning. Ultra kill for Shiki. And they go right in on that Alk. That's a dieback from him. They're going to go in, look for the Queen of Pain. Have they got any stuns left? They have a bash. Crush. Inflame done for. 5 dead. GG should be coming out. And it's a 2-0 victory for CDEC over their youth squad. Very close competitive game 1. Interesting game 2. By no means a stomp. But I feel like some of the CDEC players not having their best game. XE, insane on the Phoenix. Shiki, a bit shaky in the early to mid game, but made up for it later on. And as always, Gada and Q on the support duo, I think, really just on their A game today as well to secure this 2-0 victory. So CDEC will go on to meet Vici Gaming. They actually will have a match against them. I believe that's tomorrow. So we're going to have our winner bracket semifinals tomorrow, but CDEC Youth will be playing again today. They drop down to the lower bracket. They're going to be taking on LGD, and it's going to be Tongfu versus IG as our other lower bracket matches. Those two best of threes coming up next. So we'll have a bit of a break. Then we'll be dropping down to the lower bracket. 2 teams will get knocked out today in the Summit for China. We'll go from 8 teams to 6. This will be over in no time at all. We've got some of the best as far as the Chinese Dota scene is concerned. And 2 of these 8 teams will be coming out to LA for the Summit for LAN finals. Guys, I'm GoDz from Beyond the Summit. We're going to take a break and be back with more Summit for China action.